dates will be available for March. So we might have to wait if CAPR will come or if Ontario will come up with more dates. So let's wait. If Ontario decides to come up with more dates for clinical exam, then work hard, and you should take the exam either in August or September last, so that you'll have some chance to take the clinical exam for Ontario. Waiting till November, I don't know if at this moment, I doubt it will be a good idea. So if any of you are like, have time or already in that boat, so let's talk about the people who are already pretty much done with credentialing and have the permission to take the exam. Okay, let's talk about the smart ones who waited till their 2-year deadline. So they're going to make your life hell, right? So rather, you know that you made a mistake to wait so long, and new pattern is like way harder. So you still have a chance to stop wasting time on whatever you're doing, your work or other things, take the exam. If you already have the permission, book the date within 2-3 months, go for the exam. Right? I keep hearing that a lot, that the deadline is ending. Well, if CAPR gets to know, if Ontario gets to know that you're the person who was waiting till deadline, they won't have any sympathy. So you have to understand. I understand a lot of problems could be happening in life, but the problems will double if you're still gonna have the same mindset of waiting. Okay, so book the exam if you have the permission. You're lucky. A lot of people are still in that credentialing. They would love to take the exam with the current format. At least you're lucky one. Don't be a fool to wait till your deadline. Okay. Now, other people, irrespective of a deadline, but if you're expecting that CAPR, that your credentialing will be complete in a month or so, don't wait for it to be complete. Make a decision. Decision is going for the exam. When? What's the earliest? Right? What is the earliest you can take the exam? Even if you start preparing from today, which is April 20th, we have May, June, July. I can guarantee you can pass in 3 months if you quit full-time studies. If you're working part-time, we can get it done in August. Okay, we can get it done in August. So make those decisions. Right. For those people who just started credentialing, right? Those people who just started credentialing. Just check with your friends how much time it took for them for their credentialing. If you're from the same university, same college, you can expect how much time will it take. So that way you can plan. Okay, probably I might get the credentialing done by August. I mean, how much time does it take right now for credentialing in general? Four to 5 months, I see that. 6 to 3 months, Roshni. Who are these people who are saying 1 year? 2 months, Hina, that's great. Now, who are these people? Like, what was your scenario? It has to be a blunder for it to go to 1 month. I see most of the answers I'm seeing. Some of the host and panelists, you guys can change. That will be grateful. But seems like less than 6 months, 3 months, 4 months. Unless your documents, your college is not sending things, that can be a challenge. But yeah, so university, you have to understand. Do something about that, okay? Supervised hour need to be precise. Just make it precise. You have to know what's the supervised hours. Everyone knows that it's 1050. It's not a rocket science. So, and if there is something missing, it cannot be missing if you did it from India. It should be 6 months, means talk to your university, stay ahead of things. So anyways, whatever happened to individual cases, in most standard cases we are seeing less than few. It can be faster also, 2-3 months, or it can take long. So you know what category you're in. If it's taking long, that means something is missing from your documents, hours, this and that. So stay ahead, reach out to your college and check with previous students from your university if they had the same problem. So reach out to your university people in advance and get those things fixed, right? How much time do you need? In general, if I assume, Noor, that you're an average student, okay, who can think, understand, in general, an average student can take 4 to 5 months. But if you're studying full-time studies, it can be done in 4 months max. All right, let me see any other questions. If we pass the October one and March is full, then what? Then basically you have to hope and pray that they open new dates. And since the number is going to be very high, because I'm very likely the dates for March will be full by once the April students will pass, the dates for March 2026 will be full. I'm pretty sure. So anybody who's taking the exam after April will have to rely on Ontario so that they open new dates. Right, and they will probably release in March and in May what they want to do. So you may want to wait and hear what they want to do. Yes, total 3 attempts for the new pattern. So there won't be any 6 attempts for new pattern, just 3 attempts, and they will count your 2 attempts. Yeah, I mean, it will be brutal for Ontario to not conduct or not extend beyond March, or for other provinces. But other provinces, we don't care because their exam is terrible anyways. Like, we don't care if Alberta decides to continue until November 26. Don't take it. Okay, or British Columbia decides to take in 2026. We care more about if Ontario continues, then the life will be easy. For Ontario, and I hope they don't make it more harder for people from other province. They still allow people from other province, but I think they might give more priority to people from Ontario. But there could be some options for that. Okay. Why are they changing the current pattern? Well, complaints, or could be many things, but basically complaints, and they're struggling to take a clinical exam. So those could be the reasons. How many hours per new format? Mithil, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that the written part, the duration will go short, and I'm hoping the number of questions for the new pattern will go less for the written part. But since Ontario has developed a skill conducting so many exams, like they take so many exams, the clinical one. So I think they're going to transmit it to CAPR, and then they'll be able to take a lot of exams. And the Ontario clinical exam is 3 hour long. If I'm correct, I think it's 3 hour long in total. So imagine 3 hours of written, at least. They're not going to decrease more than that. And 2 hours of oral or 3 oral. That's brutal, right? That's like you can become a doctor. With that kind of exam pattern, you can become a doctor. Priya, yeah, questions already have clinical questions in the current format. Is CELPIP or IELTS criteria going to change now? If it's going to change, they'll just make it harder. They're not going to make it easier. And I think people can take exam from anywhere in the world because it's completely virtual, but you never know. Right. Saskatchewan has different province. Well, Saskatchewan and the other province who doesn't have any pattern, they're like basically they follow what other big three say: Alberta, Ontario, and British Columbia. So they will do what the big players are saying, right? So they don't have any stance. Right. I was planning to start preparing in June, join the classes for exam for this November. Well, start preparing at least. Don't keep planning, because keep in mind, why I will tell to start preparing is, let's say, let's pay attention, okay? Let's stay away from the chat box. Let's say you start preparing, everyone, okay? Now, and let's say they change the pattern. You could not take the exam or could not pass or whatever, something happened with the current format and you have to take it to the new format, okay? So at least you're prepared with the written part. You won't have to prepare two parts at the same time. At least you're done with the written part. And you'll have to put some effort in the written part. And you can spend a lot of effort on the oral part. So your life will still be much easier than we'll be starting to prepare with the new format both at the same time, right? So irrespective of when you're taking the exam this year, next year, starting your preparation is good to be start now. Like you should start now if you have time. Okay. That will be an answer. Oral and clinical exam is same. Oral exam is basically they ask you a question about clinical scenario. They'll give you a clinical scenario. I think that's what they'll give you a clinical scenario, and then they'll ask you to explain what to do in that case. Scenario could be of an abuse, prioritization, anything. So you'll just have to explain what to do. And if they decide to go with the Ontario pattern, which is 3 hours long, then it needs good intense preparation. Probably, yeah, Arushi. If you pass your exam in July 2025, then you'll have to wait because there's no exam happening until March 2026, but then you can still practice as a clinician, and practicing as a clinician builds up your communication skills. So take the exam ASAP. Kavita, they are starting the single pattern from next year. There's no single pattern right now. If that's your question you're asking. Ontario has students take a written exam and then they take clinical exam. And if you're talking about the clinical exam passing percentage, which I mentioned in the beginning, again, it's close to 90%. Are you sure that there will be oral component? Yes. They have released. We're not making up new things. Like read their website and their what Alberta has released, Ontario has released, and Ontario has also mentioned there will be new pattern, single format exam. And if it's single format, there won't be anything else. Should you prepare for the new format? I mean, Spandana, we don't have any, right now you have way too much time to worry about the new format because you have you can focus on the current format. If you want to wait for the new format, just focus on the written right now. And you can, those who want to prepare in advance, you guys can check Ontario website, Ontario clinical exam. What are some of the basic things they are doing? I have 2 attempts left, but I don't know what to do. I'm prepared for written, but don't know about the clinical. If you have 2 attempts left, then take it. If I ask you guys, let me ask this question because it's a little confusing for me. Okay, and it makes me think we just don't want to, we don't have time to study, or we don't want to study right now. What is causing the delay? Those who have the permission. What is causing the delay from your end in taking this exam? Where are you busy? Or are there other things? Fear is causing delay. Well, what are you afraid of? Like, are you not afraid of the new pattern coming from next year? Full-time job, like some of you mentioned, that's the biggest blunder you're making. And you have to understand that the people who are doing a full-time job, understand, are you really struggling financially? Or can you save a little, go for the exam? Or are you working for PR and that's causing the delay? Right, those things. So fear is, what if we pass and don't get the clinical? Time and money. Where are you spending 24 hours? Working? Then you're not interested in studying. Okay. So if you don't have 24 hours, like, then study is not the priority anyways. Clear that. So you have to decide. Sometimes when we think that that's work. At least let's get something, because so we can sustain. But you have to also think, is life going to get more easier? Very less chance. After January, no. Right. Some of you guys just got credentialed. What did you do in that period of 4 months of credentialing? It's very important for you guys to talk to your peers, your friends, other people. I know many students. I'll tell you some super bright students. They were so planned. When they landed in Canada, they knew that they have to start clinic in 2 years. They just landed in Canada. Started credentialing, took the exam before other people, took the exam the very first year, doing work here and there. They could not open the clinic in 2 years, but he has clinic now. In 4 years, he has 2 clinics, his own. So people who are complaining, there's no place for you. If you're going to delay more, the chances of success goes much lower. So take a decision now. Don't delay further. Okay, take a decision now. If you decide to go with the new pattern, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to sit and discuss with either your partner or with your friends who are either clinician already. Discuss. You need some feedback from other people to tell you how to get this done. Okay, how to get this done? Book the date. Book the date. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Nothing. You can always delay the exam. You can postpone the exam. That can happen. Like, you can always postpone the exam if you're not ready. But doing nothing, then you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what if we fail at the new pattern? What if we keep failing the new pattern? You have to ask some tough questions and make a decision. Okay, that's how it's happening. Otherwise, it's not happening. Okay. I think, Roshni, you're typing a lot, but if you can change the setting of your chat, everyone can see what you're typing. I see. Okay, let me go back to that Q&A thing. What else is missed? Krisha, there is nothing released about the passing ratio, like what's going to be but irrespective of what the passing score is. And the problem with the new format is one person who will take your interview will decide, irrespective of how you did in your written part, but that one person doesn't feel comfortable with how you're taking consent, how you're like explaining things, and done. Okay. So will Ontario Clinical be hard for one who hasn't practiced as a resident physio at all in Canada? It won't be. It won't be. I mean, you can practice. November 2025 is the last time they are conducting the current format, not the current format of written exam. If they pass PC and fail OCE, then yes, you might be going for the new format. Okay, you might be going for the new format, and then you have to take both. So one thing I want you guys to tell yourself is success will go to them who will try. Success will not happen to people who are like thinking. Nobody cares about the thinkers. You'll get success, at least you try. You're not going to get success if you just have those thoughts coming. So give a try. Okay. All right. So let me see other questions. Krupa, you cannot book the date for OC right now. You can only book the date for PC written. Isha, if you have got the credentialing done, just take the exam with the new form, with the current format. You still have the chance. Okay, at least start preparing, and then Ontario will release their bulletin in May, so you'll get to know if Ontario is continuing with the new exam. If they decide that no, we are not continuing with the OC current format, then you're not losing. Whatever you have prepared for the written part will be useful for the written part of the new pattern. Okay, so you're not losing, just so you understand, everyone. I am more concerned about the people who have been preparing for a few months and are delaying. Other people who haven't spent time preparing with this format, that's okay to decide in whatever direction you want to go. But the ones who have spent some time, don't delay further. Okay. Right. What if I'm not prepared to give exam? All right. What if we are not prepared? That's, keep in mind, nobody's ever 100% ready. Right? Nobody's ever 100% ready. So let me tell you some motivational quote and hope you guys take something from that. You know, when NASA was going to space, they had one of the rocket that just burst at the time of launch. Okay, when there was a space race between US and Canada, one of the rocket just burst, and they had scientists in it, 5 people who died. After that, what they decided, that failure is not an option. Nothing can fail in that model that they are creating. Nothing can go wrong. Like, test it, work hard, nothing can go wrong. After that, from 1970, only incident happened was Columbia, was in 2000. So when you have that mindset, irrespective of what happened, I am going to pass. If CAPR is going to fail me, they'll have to fail way many people. Failure is not an option. Okay, that should be the approach. What if we fail, and what if nothing happens? Then you'll be just like in the herd, struggling. What if we try and succeed and get done? what if we fail? Like, what if question will continue? What if we fail next year? Is that going to be easy? All right. So failure is not an option this year now. Even if you're, irrespective if you're not decided, that's fine. But the people who are going for the exam are students, whether you're going for exam in July, June, or July, May, failure is not an option now. If you fail, you're pretty much missing your OCE date. It's no more an option. Tell yourself, increase your work. Okay. What is the exact date? It starts May 8th. May first week around, I think, but yeah, approximately May 8th. How much time is needed for clinical exam? It can be done in 1 month. Give exam in August. When can I be prepared for clinical? If you give exam in August, you'll have time whenever they're conducting after March, if they are. So you'll have a lot of time. Sachi, book it. You just took a break from your job for preparation. Book it. Book for July. What's going to happen? What's worse going to happen? We may not be ready in July. If we are not, the next exam is happening in August. But keep in mind, next exam will be full probably. But in online, slots don't get full. There are way many slots. They have outsourced the job to other people. So slots don't get full. So book it. We'll worry about if we need to delay later on. If you can book, book it. If you're working, ask yourself just what's the solution? I mean, with work, if you're working full time, I can tell you it's not happening in 3 months. So you can forget in 3 months. And anybody going for exam after August, just prepare with a new pattern. If we clear the written component, but don't pass the clinical. If you don't pass the clinical, yes, you'll be taking the new pattern, very chance, highly likely. And again, then why should we take the written anyways now? The benefit is, one question is, what if we pass the clinical? And what if we don't pass? Next thing is, you've already prepared a lot. You are in much better position to pass that one exam format compared to somebody who will be starting, right? So the chances for you to pass is much higher, even if you fail one Ontario exam, because you have now practiced. You have a warm-up, you've done a warm-up, you know how to answer things. So chances for you to pass is much higher, okay? Should I stop the credentialing for now and wait for a few months? I mean, you should not wait for stop credentialing. New pattern should not be won't be giving you more than 3 attempts. Is that Ontario clinical will be hard for one who hasn't practiced? No, it won't be. Chaitanya, it can be done. If you're going for an exam in July, we can do it. Okay, we can work hard and we can get it done. As the written exam this year, we are going to give practical exam only next year, even though seats are full. Yes, if I give exam honest. Clinical exam, as I said, it's not going to take more than a month. It can be done in a month if needed. One, if you fail May exam, you should take the next one without a delay. Like, you need just 2 months to prepare for the second attempt. Yes, Yatin, if your last attempt for written will only give you 1 attempt for the combined. They're not going to give you any extra attempt. And I'm 100% sure about that because they have done that in the past. When they changed from in-person clinical to virtual, they did not give 3 extra attempts to people who failed the in-person clinical exam. Can I start preparing before today? Yes. So what you guys should do is start your preparation. Okay. If you're working, That's fine right now. If you're just starting to prepare, start your preparation, start giving few hours so you stay ahead of other people. Okay, stay ahead of other people. Why staying ahead of other people will be helpful? Because when the new pattern comes, the first or second exam are not gonna be hard because even they are learning. They'll be more flexible. They'll also guess or understand the format, like how students are performing. They don't have a set standard for that. As you go further later, it's going to get more and more challenging. It doesn't get easy. When OCE started a few years back, first exam was way easier. Everyone passed. For the first year, everyone passed. They started failing from the second year because they upgrade things. So even if you have to take the exam as per the new pattern for initial few months, you'll be in much better position. Then be the herd who's going to wait. Let me wait. The waiting people don't get any value. All right, just so you understand. Anyway, what if subsequent administration will give PC in January? Will that be an old pattern? Everything is new pattern from 2026. Nothing is old after that. When are we starting new batch for the new pattern? We'll be starting in November. Nothing before that. And written part we already have. You only have to work on the oral part. That doesn't take much time. No, sir. Dates are full for OC until January 2026. So you'll be getting it 2026 if you can get. Can I give OC from India? Manvi, you might have to confirm. I'm not 100% sure, but previously students have taken that. I'm not sure recently if they made changes, but previously they did allow students. Right, what time is it? 10. If you pass exam in November, I mean, there's a chance. What if you start classes now? Classes will help you. Classes will help you with the written part, and if there is any addition will be the oral component that you can take extra at that moment. But keep in mind, they're not going to make the written part easier. What they have already, they will maintain the standard, and oral is on top. I'm hoping initially oral will be more of lower standard, won't be very hard. Eventually, it will be fine. Anybody want to raise the? I think I saw some people raise their hand. Do you guys want to ask a question? I see some of you have. If there is any appropriate question you guys want to ask. All right, Dhwani, if you want to talk, just go ahead and ask your question. Let me see if I'm mute. One second. So yeah, Dhwani, if you have a question or if that's a mistake, then all right, I'll take you out. I think that's a mistake. Umi, you have a question? I assume yes, those who are raising hand. Xiaomi, Priya, Bhiman, Mega Mystery. Go ahead. Yeah, one person at a time. Umi, start.
Yeah, if I passed my written exam and didn't get my OCE date in March 2, and until then they cancel that we are not taking more clinical exam date. So I have only 2 attempts. Then I might lost my 1 attempt. I just left with 1 attempt.
Yeah.
With a new format.
Yes. So if you've already taken the exam and if they don't release the dates, what I'll say is wait till May end when Ontario will release their bulletin. They will confirm will they continue exam after March 2026. They'll probably release that in May. If they decide that yes, we will continue, then book the exam ASAP, written component, and then You'll pass the written, book the Ontario Clinical ASAP. That's the hope. So you don't have to rush. You can wait until May and then decide. Okay. All right. Isha, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, Isha, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just asking the same. Like, if I'm planning to give the exam in November, will there be even any seat for OCE left for
Yeah,
me?
just same thing. What like explained to
Yeah.
Rima. Same thing. Just wait till May. Um,
Yeah.
just wait till May, and you'll get the answers. Okay.
Okay.
Priya, Bhivan, you have a question? Megha, you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just, as this is my last attempt left for the written, I have already given my two attempt, and my second attempt was I got 590. So, what would you suggest for me to go with this year or with the next year?
If if we can take the current format exam, then yes, this year. And for that, wait what Ontario announces in May, because that will give us hope with the current format. Otherwise, especially since you have prepared so much with the current format, you don't want to go with the new format.
Yeah.
That's And with new format, I can guarantee you they're not gonna give you 3 attempts extra. One attempt and done. It will be
But
same
for
like
me, I'm more confident in the clinical part. Like I'm more confident in talking rather than writing.
yes, but new format has both. It's not just one. So you're not skipping the writing part. That will be there every time. Only thing is, if we pass the current format, that way just go for the new one once you pass with current format.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So let's give a chance to other people. Haley, do you have a question, Haley? I think I'm gonna give you the chance. And let's go with Mayuri, Adnan.
Yeah, hi.
Uh,
So I have a question.
Yeah, Adnan,
Uh,
go ahead.
so I have applied for OC, but didn't get the date yet. So for example, if I get a date in March, and unfortunately, if somebody failed it, what is going to happen to them? And secondly, what is the right time to join the Study Buddy OCE bundle? If we just pass the written exam and we don't know what is our clinical date.
Well, so with OC, when you join the classes, you get whole 1 year of preparation. So uh, students usually join us right away, and they're not very actively studying, but every now and then they attend class. So you start building things, like you start understanding the format of the exam at least. And then when you're working as a clinician, you can start applying some of the things like how to take consent, why is this patient appropriate for physiotherapy, and OC has standard questions. The standard questions don't change. You know what's coming because they have given 11 categories, so you know what's coming. um, I hope that the new format will be like that, that they will tell these are the categories. Like in OC currently, there are 11 categories, you know what's there, and you can prepare much easily, like for the clinical down. So I'll say just start as early as you can and book I think the only date available right now is March. So book it as soon as it opens, book it, even if you're not ready or whatever happens, but at least have some security of date available to you. Okay.
Thank
So Haley, you want to go ahead with that? No, your question. Mayuri, if you want to try.
Yes, hi sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is my last attempt and I'm preparing from 1 year. So as per your conversation, you are suggesting that people who it is their last attempt, they should go by any chance. So my question is, if for example we have to wait for OCE for May, anyways we are left with just one practical attempt,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
it's better that I have booked, I am planning to book for August, but as you said that July is the right time. So do you
If you
suggest me should I
earlier is better, I'll say book July. And
okay.
in case if we have to postpone, we can postpone. But if you have time to study, book July, and we can see how it goes. I mean, you'll be hearing something in May from Ontario,
Mhm.
and that
Mhm.
will also help us decide. But July, August, as early as you can, and then we can see. Current format is better as per the
Okay.
new format compared
Sir,
to.
I'm working as kinesiologist right now. Practically, will it help me? Should I continue
Uh,
like as a part-time, or should I just completely stop it?
so that you should decide based on, um, let's say you take the exam. Let's say we book for July. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Ontario is saying that we are going to come up with 2 more dates max. So then you'll have to
Mm-hmm.
take the exam ASAP. Let's say you book for July and you're struggling that, oh, you're not able to manage time.
Mm-hmm.
Then go ahead and book, study full time. Just quit the job, study full time. If we are not going for July, and if we have like enough time to work and study, then you can continue both if you're not going for July. But if you have to go for July or August, you might have to make a decision, especially quitting. Part
Okay.
time is not going to help. And again, if financially you're okay,
Okay.
then I'll say you can take the exam in July also. Like in 3 months, prepare and get it done.
Yeah, I just need somebody to guide me that okay, you are ready now, just go for it. I just
I mean,
need
it
that
can be
last
evaluated.
push.
We will be. I mean, I don't know if you've taken mentorship or anything, or are you a student, study buddy student?
Yes, I am, and I have not yet taken mentorship, but I'm just looking forward to it. I was thinking that for last few months I'll be taking the mentorship.
Okay, so let me help you decide. Not last few months. Make a decision and go for it now. Like if you're going for July, you'll need 3 months
Okay.
of mentorship. So,
Okay.
and 3 months of mentorship will cost you 400 Canadian dollars.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very small amount. Uh, Irrespective
Mm-hmm.
of your student or not a student, take it. Okay, take
Okay.
it. Prepare at your best. As I said, we don't have option to fail, and
Mm-hmm.
it's last attempt anyways. And even if it's first attempt for anyone who's going for the exam, keep in mind, give all the best shots available. Try your best. So in that case, maybe just go with what you have right now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh. Right. Go ahead and ask your question. Just meet. All right.
Hi,
We
sir.
can. Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a question that if we go for the PCE, written PCE this year, and the next available date for the OCE would be next year, March. That's the latest. If we don't pass that, would we get another date for the OCE, or would we have to go for the
The chances are
uh
very less. The chances are very less. Like for that, um, they are not going to consider. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we'll be lucky if we can get dates after March. But if anybody fails, uh, the chances are very minimal to get extra attempts there. Minimal. It's possible, but the chances are very minimal because um, they have to move forward with the current pattern.
yeah.
Again, a lot of things that will be released in May, but I can tell you, passing Ontario exam is like way easier. What we teach you for the written component, it's enough. Only thing you have to do for the clinical exam, Ontario clinical exam, is just practice speaking, and you're fine. So you're not gonna fail. Okay, but book the date. If we get the date, book it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just confused that because this year I gave my first attempt, I couldn't pass that. So I'm confused if I should go for the both exams next year, or should I just
Now you
get
should
the written again?
this year take the current format and get it done. New format is not going to be easy, right?
Yeah.
Or at least it will match the current level. So there's no reason for you to wait until next year. What are you doing now for a whole like next 1 year? Are you just working as a PTA? Is that satisfying? No, shouldn't be satisfying if it is. So don't wait. Just take the attempt, pass, try hard. At least what the only thing you can do is try. Don't worry what's going to happen next. At least try. We will pass. Okay, if we try our best, we are going to pass. Uh, and then we'll worry about the Ontario. I think you'll get the date for Ontario. I'm very hopeful that they will open new dates, but try. Okay. So, or reach out to, we can discuss on call, Gul, okay, regarding this. Jasmeet, you want to go ahead with your question?
Hi, sir. I'm actually the part of study buddy. I just took off for a month and so for my mat leave. So, but with the new pattern, I haven't joined the webinar. I'm so sorry. I
So
just
I
have
I
to.
know you, and I
Yeah.
think you're pretty good, and you should not be waiting for the new pattern. So you
Okay.
should take the
Mm-hmm.
exam if you have the option, like maternal leave and all.
Yeah.
You are in best situation, and I know you. You're gonna
Yes.
pass. Okay, so let's not further stretch it. Get it done. Okay. Are you in
Oh.
Ontario?
No, I'm in Alberta.
Okay. So yeah, just we can take the exam for Ontario Clinical. Okay.
And then, sir, okay, so if I pass exam, and then the next option will be like I'll go for the Ontario
Yes.
interview one. Okay.
Yes. 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 Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Raksha, go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
My question, I had tried to reach out to you in mail too, I believe. The thing is, I am having a 6-month-old baby with me, sir. So, to be honest, I cannot quit that. Like you said, for everyone, I cannot quit my job here because I'm taking care of a baby. So, how much month preparation do you think would I need? My deadline is June 2026, sir. So, what do you recommend for me, sir?
Okay. So how many hours you have in a day? That
To be honest, if I get someone like my mom or someone for my support, if I go back to India, I'm right now in Canada, so I'm planning to go back to India to get some time for my studies. So it could be like around 4 to 5 hours a day, sir.
okay. Yeah. I mean, with the 6 month, it's hard. It's not just job. It's like 6 months has to be fed every 3 month hours. They wake up. A lot of things. It's very intense, and it's amazing that you're still able to work with that tiring. Like having a 6 month baby is like it's very tiring. So and going to India, like it's hard to study back home. Okay.
Yes.
I have seen nobody have been able to study properly. It's like it's very intense. So if somebody can come from your home here
Okay, sir.
and they can and you can still quit the job if it's possible. If that can be managed, then you have a chance to pass. And in that case, I'll say in your case we can go 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5 months. So
Yeah.
should I join study buddy now, sir?
Yes, I say just start with the May batch. If you start with May, we have the chance of May, June, July, August, September. We can still take the exam in September. That will be amazing. Okay. Now we don't have to wait till November. So if you start 5 months, so because exam is September end, you can still take the exam. Chances to pass is extremely high. It's hard with baby, but it's manageable. It's not something that cannot be done. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Nancy, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I just completed my credentialing and I'm planning to give my exam around October, November. Is it possible to give exam on October, November
It's
for the?
it's definitely it's easily can be done.
So
Um,
my
and
question is what time we have to join the study buddy?
well, we are starting the new batch now, or you have like even if you start tomorrow, you can use the next 10-15 days to prepare for some basic content. Okay.
Actually, I'm look like my credentialing is done, but just one component is missing, like language requirement that I'm going to give my in May. So after May, can I join study buddy and I
You
can give
can.
the?
Yeah, it's a rolling admission. You can join anytime.
Okay, in June there is available, right?
Yeah, but we are not starting a new batch. You'll be starting in the middle, and you'll be joining, studying things.
Oh, okay. And May, the new batch is starting in the May.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So my question just is like September is good or like we can
As
just
early as you can. So
so how
anyways,
many
you should not
ha,
be. Anyways, you should not be waiting. If you can study full time, get it done. The later you go, the chances are very minimal. So if you can, as soon as
Mhm.
possible, as early as possible is the best. Anything even one day late from
Okay.
August is like chances are minimal. Okay.
And after PC, like after how many months we can give the OC exam?
One you can take, as I said earlier, also you can take it in 1 month. Okay. But
1 month. Okay.
yeah, right now just start your preparation.
Yeah.
Um, and you have to now start asking. Um, get your like focus should be on your IELTS. Get it done. We
E-
should like as much as your time, whatever time you're spending here and there, spend on your IELTS. get that done, and then start ASAP. And if you can study full time, you're still in a better situation than many other people. Okay.
Okay, but without
Yeah,
us, can
that's
I
okay.
join
So
study
Nancy, just
buddy?
write an email. I think let me take other students, write an email for the questions. Let me go with Akla. Akla, go ahead. Okay, Nikita, if you have a question,
Hi,
Abhishek.
hi, then thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, I have a quick question. The applying to the credentialing in
Mhm.
2020 this year, does it affect to the application of the new law or not?
So your for credentialing does not impact anything. Credentialing is standard credentialing. It's same for all province. So credentialing that's done by CAPR, not
Like,
by Ontario. So
okay,
CAPR is a central body that doesn't. That's like same for all provinces.
okay, like the new law is changing on 2026. So if I got
Dai.
Bro,
Uh,
would you like to come for coffee?
can you give me please like 10 to 15 minutes?
10, 15 minutes? All right. Are you in class now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, is there anything new that I should know?
I think I have also not listening to this one because I am just preparing the food and all. So I have,
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
I have
You
recorded,
have
but
recorded the class, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Then we'll look into it later.
Okay,
Right?
sure. Yeah, I'll join you after 15 minutes. Okay.
All right. Just come directly to our room.
Okay, sure.
Okay. See
Yeah.
you then.
Okay, see you.
All right. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye,
Bye.
bye. Hello. What the hell? What is the fucking hours? Hmm.
March if
Recording
I
in
get the seat.
progress.
Like
Yes.
rather than going for a one-step examination, I should go for OC, right? If
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
things
One
get
step I
clear in
don't recommend
May.
right now. One
Yeah,
step needs more preparation. That's why. Not that
that's
it's
right.
going to be hard. Not that the difficulty level is hard.
Mhm.
That's not the case. Written exam probably might get easier. Uh, it's just like you'll have to spend more time to explain things, and that has been a
Exactly.
challenge that I've seen. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Abhishek, go ahead. Yeah, Abhishek, go ahead.
Yes. Ankit, I recently started the classes with Study Buddy. Actually, I started the classes in March, and I am in the group of Fab 2025.
Mhm.
So, shall I wait for next year to give my
I
exam?
mean,
Or...
if you have, as I said, like if you can take the exam this year, um, so let's consider all the worst option. What's going to happen? Let's say you start preparing now, okay, and let's say you're going for exam in August, okay. You pass the exam also. You're thinking that you'll pass, okay. You have enough time. You pass the exam in August. I mean, you'll get the result by September. So there's a chance if Ontario comes up with new dates.
Sorry, Ankit, I'm in British Columbia. Sorry, I did not give you full
Yeah, so
information.
I think you
I'm in
missed the
British.
initial part of the this discussion.
Oh,
So
yes, yes, yes.
as we have already discussed that other provinces, Ontario, like sorry, British Columbia and Alberta, they're conducting in person. You can take the exam for Ontario, and you can pass the exam, and you can easily transfer the license to British Columbia. British Columbia is not even giving you the interim license. It's not worth. Just take exam for Ontario and transfer it to British Columbia. Okay.
Is the British Columbia
So is British Columbia change any policy or British Columbia's exam
You
pattern is
read
same?
read the website, but that's what I explained you. That's what it is. Okay. I'll go with Vani. Go ahead with your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, my first attempt is in the April this
Mhm.
year, but I'm not sure that I'm going to pass. So, can I book my another attempt before the results came?
I'm not sure. You might have to check if that's an option. But you don't have to worry about the attempts because you'll still need 2 months. So you can still book the exam. Let's say you're going for April. In case things go wrong, you have option for June. It's not happening in June. So it's July, right? So
Yeah.
you still have the option for July. And that won't get full. There is unlimited seat for the online one. So that's not going to get full. So I don't think it will be a problem if you can just give your best for April. Okay, you still have what's the date for April?
23rd.
23rd. So yeah, just I'll say just quit this webinar, go and focus. Let's get it done. We have to pass. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yogini, go ahead with your question.
Hi, sir. So some provinces does not have the clinical exam, and if we will pass the exam in 2025, do we still need to give the oral exam as per the new format, or we don't have to?
I think it varies from province. Provinces like they still have to come up with more release. The provinces that don't conduct anything,